What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 2 of Path of Exile Hardcore. So, we just got done doing the Treacherous Ground quest. Now we're going to be transitioning over to Secrets in the Dark. So, inventory is all cleared. Everything's leveled up accordingly. So, we're going to head back into the Grellwood. Or not into the Grellwood. We're going to head to the Grellwood through Clearfill. Oh man, we gotta go all the way back through. Sucks. Alright, we'll just kill things as they pop up, but we're not gonna go clear this entire map out again. Although it would probably be good. We'd probably get an extra level out of it. I could go kill Brayla or whatever her name is again, just to see if she drops any meaningful loot. Don't want to pick up too much trash items. I don't want to spend too much time going back, especially on the area that we already cleared. Every piece of equipment here is probably going to be like level 2. Nothing really of innate value, but still good for picking up a little bit of experience to level up. I think the entrance is up here somewhere. Let's go kill this boss again. Clear out these ads so we don't get overwhelmed. These little witches are annoying. They reanimate enemies. But if I can kill enough of these guys quick enough, then I can use some of them to go into the boss fight with. Got a couple of them. Keeping that poison rolling, keeping the dots going, and then avoiding that little attack right there. Went There we go. So that was worth it. We get a good circlet out of it. Lightning resistance, fire resistance, more mana, more life, more accuracy. What is this? Better mana drain wand. +1 level for all chaos spells. That includes contagion. So that was worth it. Probably be doing quite a bit of extra boss runs. Just because they're good to like round out your gear going into new areas. Let's go ahead and head in here. We're looking for the shaded tree, and if I can recall correctly, is there a mini boss in here? Yeah, I think there's 2 mini bosses in here actually.
I think I prefer it this way.
With these maps being so big, I think the best way to clear a map efficiently is literally just picking one side and just hand railing it the entire way around, and then working your way back through the middle in like a sweeping pattern, just from pack to pack. You can see that explosion. That wasn't an enemy on death animation. Those were actually my skeletal minions after I put unstable or minion instability or whatever on them. Whenever they stand in that poison, it kills them really quickly, but that's the on death effect that they have now that does all that extra AoE damage. Like I said, 15% of their health and AoE damage. If I have 8 of them, you know, that's quite a bit of damage going off if they all die. Alright, so last time we got the intelligence. Let's go in reverse this time. So we'll do energy shield. and then next time we'll do minion damage and then another attribute. Okay, this is one of those mini bosses. She's gonna disappear.
A sister in the Grellwood. Curious.
Fellow witch. Oh, come on. My archer there sent off an arrow in the literally middle of the woods. There we go. Now we got poison on her. Do some mana draining. Mana's back up. Avoid the fire. Get another poison down on top. Boom.
You tarried too long, dear sister.
Oh, that fire's doing damage. Gotta pay attention to the extra damage that's left on the ground. Alright, we got a good piece of armor. Armor, maximum life, fire resistance, lightning, plus life. Still not worth replacing those. Not worth it. Not worth it. We can change that out. Alright, we got another uncut support gem. I think I'm going to go with corrosion on this. What it does is it does 80% of the damage that the poison would normally do to their enemy armor. So on top of making them take ticking damage over time while they're standing in the poison, it will also break their armor. Let's get back to our side that we were hand railing. But it'll break their armor, which will cause them to take more damage. So I'm not sure if every enemy has innate armor or it's just those that actually have armor. I haven't really learned all the symbols next to their nameplates yet, but I'm assuming every enemy has some kind of innate armor, and if they don't, it doesn't hurt just having a little bit extra on those armored enemies. But the build feels pretty strong right now. I didn't know the value of the skeletal snipers on my first attempt to go through hardcore. I kind of boosted, not really thinking about it. I just kind of went with the warriors as like my main ability dump. But after experimenting with the snipers for a little bit, I kind of realized that poison damage and then the ability to tweak the poison damage by using the arsonist into like an explosive gas, you know, it really pays dividends. So there's a lot of creativity that you can put in here. Now I have seen some combinations of the witch using the flame wall spell, which isn't under the occult skill tree. You actually have to go look for it in like the elemental skill tree. But basically the concept would be that you drop your poison gas on a large pack of enemies, like once you have them all grouped up, and then if you need like burst damage to wipe them all out, basically like right here I would cast flame wall onto an enemy that's inside the gas, and it would just nuke them all down. And that's kind of the crux of that build. Not sure about going in that direction right now, because again, I don't know how that's going to work with boss damage at this level. I think right now the sustained amount of damage that I can put out with the dots and the poison, add in, you know, 2 arsonists or whatever, I think with that sustained amount of damage we should be pretty good on boss damage. And it also kind of allows us to not rely on enemies standing in our poison or the archer shooting in the right spot for like regular random packs. So still not 100% sure what direction I want to take the build. Again, I'm not looking up any build guides. I have a YouTube premium subscription, so PoE 2 comes up. Sometimes I see like Flame Infernalist Witch build, click on it, and they're using a spell that I've never even seen before, because I didn't even know that you could go into the other skill tree like that. So a lot of possibilities. Looking forward to when the game is fully released and like everything is unlocked, so things can get real crazy. These guys don't like to stay grouped up for me. You get a lot of payoff from like when you're running this build. It's not even a build yet, but when you're running a witch and you can have everything just grouped up and just channel like 4 or 5 unearths with contagion and poison rolling, uh, you do quite a bit of damage. Things just kind of melt for you. But when you do like this one by one, it becomes a very slow, methodical way of playing the game. Go back up here. Oh, missed an item. Probably gonna have to make a trip back to Clearfell soon to dump some loot. There's a waypoint. I think that's a Tree of Souls. Alright, we'll go ahead and check this out.
Who is this?
By decree of the Count of Ogham, those condemned to hang from these branches are to be left until their hearts no longer beat, their lungs no longer fill with air, and their flesh is no longer warm. In death, you are not forgiven. Your souls will remain trapped here by this ancient moor of maligned wood, and the grove will be forever denied you. Rot here in the Grellwood for all time, and good riddance.
What happened here? I will feast on your soul! This shade, is it still alive? Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek. Only the Count's sword has the power to bind souls to the tree like this. We must free it somehow. To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. The ancient runes that imbue the Count's blade created the binding, and only ancient runes can break it. There is a battlefield not far from here that runs red with rust, where the weapons and armor of countless Ezemites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here.
Alright, so we gotta go to the Red Veil, pick up some ancient armor and equipment that has the runes to unshackle the hooded one.
Hello.
I'm gonna listen to some lore though. Give me a minute.
The Red Veil played host to the final and bloodiest battle of countless conflicts. It was in the heart of that veil that we fought for our freedom against the Eternals. We did win, in a sense. But the cost was far greater than anyone expected. Many generations of able-bodied men and women gave their lives to push off the boot of oppression. Ogham's clans haven't been the same since, even centuries on. My mother's mother told me tales of this tree. Our ancestors used it to attract fey spirits, until it was given a darker purpose under the Eternals. They would leave Ezemites strung up on the tree, alive, to starve, to be pecked at by birds. So this is the source of my shadowed dreams. Not the tree, but the shade upon it. As strange as it sounds, I believe we should help this creature. For the Count to bind it to the tree, it must be involved in all of this somehow. There is something very wrong in Ogham, and it may know something of it. great sword Agnar is currently in Count Gianor's possession. But the mighty rune blade was not always his to wield. It is an ancient weapon of the old magics, inspired by the great wolf himself. Legend says it was forged and runed for the original clan leader so he might lead his people to a new, safer land. This brought them to Farrell, where they founded Ogham. Ever since, Agnar was passed down to the leader of the strongest clan. When the position of Count was established in Ogham, the sword was bound to the roll. But now, Gianor sullies his remarkable history with his misdeeds. I hope I will live to see the day when someone worthy takes up the sword once more.
Alright, so got a little context about the Red Veil,
Goodbye.
what's going on with the Tree of Souls, and a little bit about the Count. So apparently his sword's pretty cool. Passed down from, I guess, the original leader of the Ezamites, and it's supposed to be a thing that the Counts keep. But this guy has kind of lost the plot and is using it in ways that is definitely not intended to be used. So, be interesting to see if we can get that sword at all. But time will tell. Alright, that's a dead end. Not much left. The maps are so much bigger than Diablo 4 maps. I mean, Diablo 4 had this kind of like open world thing going, but like as far as the sections of the game that you're playing through, I mean, it's so much bigger. I mean, I know I said it in the last video, but it's really nice being able to dodge roll. Just kind of makes you feel like you're playing a different genre of game. I wonder what the sentiment across like the PoE 1 community is with the dodge roll. I wonder if they really like it or not. As a Souls player, I mean, I know this has kind of been labeled as like the Dark Souls of ARPGs, but I'm a huge fanboy of the Souls games, but I wonder what the original community feels about having a dodge roll mechanic. Can't imagine that anyone's against it. It's super useful. Make sure we're keeping this guy in the poison. When we can keep him in the poison and keep dodge rolling on him and get an occasional unearth, we're doing pretty well. Damage is pretty consistent. I would like a very strong, like, single target attack. Go ahead and use a mana pot instead of trying to mana drain him. Waiting on my skeletal sniper to revive. There he is. Gotta avoid that. That would probably one-shot me. One last poison should do the trick. There we go. Alright, I'm definitely gonna have to head back after this. Yeah. Alright, back to Clearfell, drop off some loot. And we got a skill gem, I believe, so we'll put that to use. Alright, so skill gem level 2.
Do high damage but have low life. They can be commanded to fire an arrow of poison gas. The clouds explode if
I don't
they
like the
ignite.
audio. Alright, let's go with Unearth for now. We've been using it pretty consistently to apply even single target damage, so let's not ignore it. Anything worth putting on here? Oh. we can get rid of it all.
Yes. Yes. I will treasure it.
Alright, let's go finish out the area. That's 2 mini bosses down. Should be hitting a level here pretty soon. I know we leveled up when we first got here, but should be hitting one pretty soon. Picking up a great hammer though. And a staff. That means we're gonna have to go back to Clearfell pretty soon, but the items themselves are too valuable not to disenchant or sell. Need the gold, need the resources. I think the red veil was over here somewhere. I was kind of so lost in the sauce when I first started playing. I didn't really pay attention or remember where everything was. Got this little bottom section of the map to explore still, and then we'll be able to move on. Haven't really been seeing my minions explode much. That means they're not dying quickly, which is good. Alright, we're going to go in here and just activate a waypoint so that we can fast travel back here without going back through the Grellwood. Yep, that's the play. Okay, this is where the routes were blocked off. Make sure you go back into the previous instance instead of starting a new one, or else you're going to have to re-clear everything, which is annoying. Although I guess it's good if you're farming an area, you can just go inside and reset it. I don't know why it didn't respond there. I hit my my sniper button, but nothing happened. See if I can start chain pulling a little bit. Alright, just that little bottom area. It should be where the red veil is too. I haven't seen it yet. Unless it's a dungeon, usually the pathways to the next areas are on the outer borders. There we go. Checkpoint. The red veil. Now, if I recall correctly, there's a pretty difficult boss in here.
Blood, bones, and rust. Death in abundance.
Alright, so we gotta activate those pillars, and it's gonna spawn in a bunch of enemies that we have to kill. So let's make sure we're clear on the sides first. Oh, nice. Got an additional level. Alright, so working our way back over to the left. Just playing it safe. Probably not the most efficient way, but playing it safe for now. There we go. You see all those minions exploding? That's a lot of AoE damage. Look at all that purple. It really makes you feel like a necromancer when you have like a ton of minions just going bad shit crazy all over the map, spreading disease and fire explosions. Alright, we got a scepter. I want to check that out. Alright, perfect. So we get level 2 skeletal warriors, which isn't an upgrade, but we do get... Oh, it is an upgrade. And then we get +1 of all minion spells. So that means we get an extra level on not only our warriors, but also on our sniper. And then support gem. Haven't really thought about where I'm going to use this. Persistence. 40% more skill effect duration. Yeah, I like that. Contagion having a 5-second duration kind of sucks. So we'll use that support gem to boost the duration of our contagion spell. Right, we're gonna follow the wall all the way around. Hope this area stays like this, nice and dense. I like being able to like pull enemies the entire time I'm running. Keep that contagion rolling. There we go. Nice. Keep chain pulling. Got another support gem. Found another pillar. Perfect. Again, the minions just going absolutely crazy. Everything's getting blasted. Now, if I recall correctly, on the next one is where we fight the boss. Anything else? Alright, let's go find our wall again. We got kind of distracted pulling all those guys. Oh, big chain pull. Once you get contagion rolling on everything, it kind of cascades to like everything just dies. Alright, we gotta go back to Clearfell. Don't want to miss out on good loot. I wish they would expand the inventory a little bit. It's kind of a tight squeeze for all this gear. We're gonna save that support gem for now. Alright, we got some fire damage to attack, 17 maximum life, poison resistance. Go ahead and identify all this so we can sell it off for some gold. If you identify things, you get more bang for your buck when you trade it in. So
Sorry.
we got a whole bunch of those
I like this one.
Book of Wisdoms, so we might as well spend some of them to boost how much we get.
Stay safe, if you can.
Perhaps this is what we need.
I should be coming up to the natural conclusion of this wall. Found those two pillars pretty quickly, so we still got quite a bit of this area to clear. Which is fine. I think we might even get another level out of this area, considering how many mobs we've been chain pulling into. Yeah, look at that. That's a minion build right there. I'm going to start dropping some of this gear into our stash tab, just in case we bite the dust early. Any of those yellow items, I'm going to start dropping them in there just so we have some good gear to catch up with. Ouch. Alright, we got a little bit extra time on our contagion, so we don't have to constantly reapply as quickly. Keep them in the poison. A little bit less emphasis on keeping contagion applied every couple rolls. I think we got like 8 seconds now, which is good. Our archer died before I can reapply poison. That sucks. Oh, I'm out of mana. Alright, get some minions up, do some extra damage. And he just one-shot all my minions, so that's awesome. There we go. That was actually really simple.
Very loud and very dull. I think not.
Oh man. Alright. Let's just go finish clearing these mobs. Got another skill gem, which is cool. Now we have to go back to Renly to forge the spikes to put into the tree. There we go. Almost done. Just go back clear over here real quick so we don't have to backtrack again. One thing about a minion build though, you get very comfortable kind of just spamming and supporting, and it's very easy to kind of just turn your brain off and not pay attention to what enemies are doing. So I gotta make sure I'm paying more attention, in particular to the ground around my feet. That's gonna be key. Ground around my feet. I'm okay with dying in hardcore. I just hate dying to dumb shit, which is gonna happen for sure. Alright, we got another wand. Nothing special though. Honestly, I could probably lose the wand and maybe pick up a shield and then rock the scepter in the main hand. Haven't used mana drain in quite a while, and mana doesn't really seem to be that much of an issue. I can afford to use a mana pot. Alright, we're gonna go back to Clearfell, dump this loot, give the spikes to Renly, and then go back to the Grellwood to free the hooded one. First, let's go ahead and get our next passive. Let's go with strength this time. There we go, 19 strength, 20 intel, so we should be able to wield some decent armor. Boots, not much of an upgrade. Gloves, not much of an upgrade. That's an upgrade, we'll take it. Can't use that, can't use that. We can use that. Let's go ahead and do it.
Sorry.
Everything else goes to Una.
Sorry.
You can kind of see, it's not a lot yet, but we have quite a bit of crafting material already on standby for whenever we do want to start crafting. So we're gonna go drop the rest into the stash right now, but now we got 3, what are these? Orbs of Transmutation, takes a normal item to a magic item, and then attunes, augments a magic item with a new random modifier. So we'll be able to kind of play with our equipment. Oh, I gotta go to Renly first. We'll be able to play with our equipment when it comes time to make some changes.
Here are your spikes, but be cautious. They stayed warm after forging no matter how many times I quenched them. I would ask what you need these for, but I'm putting my trust in you.
Alright, so we get the rune spikes.
Go well.
Head back to Una, who is sitting on the bench right there. Travel to the Grellwood.
You have them. Stab them into the runewood sights. Stay safe.
Go stab these spikes in.
Good. Now the others.
Do as I command. Release this shade to my service.
The graphics in this game are really good. I really like the aesthetic, how the game looks.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though, this wound. We should take him back to Clearfell. He may be the only one who knows what truly happened out here.
Alright, so back to Clearfell. Find out what's going on with the hooded one. A lot of back and forth. Now, after this, I died somewhere in the cemetery, so I believe we're coming up on that area very shortly. Talk to Una again.
It should be fatal, but somehow he clings to life. I fear it will not be long until his song ends. He will never heal while the Count's binding still holds sway. Only by a Count's hand can this binding be released. I know an old tale. One that speaks of a ring we might be able to recover, buried 3 centuries ago in our ancient graveyard. A Count's signet ring, bearing his rune of authority. But how to reach it in time? The grim tangle. The overgrown sinkholes and gullies that run beneath Ogham can lead you there. The path is dangerous, but go back to the Grellwood. Find the entrance. We shall see if the spirits of this land still have the will to see you through.
Alright, so that should conclude that quest. Yep. Alright, let's use our skill gem. Alright, now we have some choices. So, Essence Drain. I believe this is what I went with last time. Fires a projectile that applies a powerful chaos damage over time debuff to enemies it hits. So it deals 9 to 16 chaos damage. Is that over time? Or is that... Yeah, it's over time. How does that stack up next to Contagion? Okay, so it's a lot stronger than Contagion. Or Skeletal Arsonist. If I go with the Arsonist and we fight a boss and they die, then I don't really have anything other than Contagion to do damage. So we're going to start with Essence Drain. Yeah, square works. And then we're going to modify our Essence Drain. Select all. Let's see. 25% more cast speed. Alright, so I don't really think I'm going to be focused on critical hits. And this one is going to be buffing my damage on the initial hit and on the damage over time. So I think I'm going to go with this on Essence Drain. And then kind of transfer Essence Drain to be like my single target damage when I don't have minions. Let me put this rune somewhere. I have one like really big stash tab. There we go. Put my rune in there. I don't have any gear that can support a rune. Alright, so our next stop is the Grim Tangle. That's the area that we went to unlock that waypoint. We'll pick that up in the next episode though, because if I recall correctly, the next leg of this adventure is pretty lengthy. So, like I said, I died in the cemetery, which I believe is right after the Grim Tangle. So we'll be coming up onto uncharted territory for me here in a little bit. So, hope you guys are enjoying. Catch you guys on the next episode. Until then, take it easy.